Chapter 40, Answers from Angels. I closed my eyes, not to pray, exactly, but to reach inward toward the crystalline presence that had lived at the edges of my consciousness since I was 8 years old. Renee. Selena's voice, concerned. What are you doing? Getting answers, I said. Dick, start disarming. Buy me as much time as you can. He didn't question it, just moved immediately toward the nearest hostage. 11 minutes, 42 seconds on the clock. I let myself sink past the surface fear, past the tactical calculations, past everything Bruce had trained into me, down into the place where nightmares lived, where I'd once fought a demon who murdered children in their sleep, down to where the dream angels waited. The processing floor didn't disappear so much as become translucent. I could still see the hostages, still hear Dick working, but overlaid on reality was something else, a vast geometric lattice of light, crystalline structures that formed the underlying framework of existence itself. And standing within that framework were 3 figures made of faceted light. Renee Thomas. The first one said without speaking, its voice a harmonic resonance in my bones. You seek understanding. Why do I get weak every time I use your gift? The words came out steady despite the fear coiling in my chest. Am I going to disappear like the other reality warper Bruce told me about? The second angel tilted its head, prisms shifting. You misunderstand the nature of what we gave you, child. We did not grant you power to rewrite reality. We gave you the ability to see reality's true structure and make requests of it. Requests? Behind the angels, I could see the timer, 10 minutes, 18 seconds. Dick had 2 devices disarmed. Reality is not clay to be molded, the third angel explained. It is a negotiation. When you rewrote the explosives, you asked the universe to make them inert. When you healed yourself, you requested accelerated cellular regeneration. Each time, reality considered your request and the cost required to fulfill it. My heart hammered. What cost? What does it take from me? The first angel moved closer, and I could see my own reflection fractured across 1,000 facets. Time, Renee Thomas. Not your time. Not yet, but time itself. Each alteration creates ripples, possibilities that must be pruned, futures that collapse. The weakness you feel is reality recalibrating around the changes you've made. The other reality warper. I pressed. They disappeared. Yes, the second angel's voice carried something that might have been sadness. They made a request so large that reality demanded their entire timeline as payment. They were removed from causality itself, not dead, but unhappened. Their friends forgot them. Their photographs faded. They paid with their existence. 9 minutes, 2 seconds. Dick had 5 devices down, was working on the 6th. Sweat gleamed on his forehead, even in the cold. If I rewrite the bombs now, will I disappear? The question I'd been terrified to ask. The 3 angels conferred in a language of light and mathematics beyond my comprehension. Finally, the third spoke. We cannot answer with certainty. Your 3 previous requests were moderate. Reality accepted them with minor calibrations. 23 simultaneous rewrites would be significant. Reality might accept your future as payment, or it might demand something else. 7 minutes, 49 seconds. Dick was on the 8th device, but his hands were shaking now, the pressure getting to him. Something else like what? Your powers, your memories, your connection to someone you love. Reality is creative in its collections. Selena's face flashed through my mind. Her smile in the Belize sunrise, the way she'd whispered my name in the dark. Could I risk losing her, losing us, even if I survived? But Renee, the first angel said, and its voice carried an unfamiliar warmth, you have another option. The gift we gave you is not only to make requests of reality, it is to see its structure, and what can be seen can be understood. I don't follow. The angels moved aside, and suddenly I could see the device's mechanisms overlaid with their place in reality's lattice. Not just wires and circuits, but the pattern of them, the logical flow, the elegant simplicity that Joker's madness had assembled. 6 minutes, 11 seconds. Dick had 11 devices down, was working on 12. Still not enough. You can see the design, the second angel said. The bomb's structure exists in three-dimensional space, but its trigger exists in time. A countdown that will collapse a specific probability into certainty. You cannot rewrite that without cost, but you can navigate it. Navigate it how? Show the Grayson boy what you see. Guide his hands with knowledge instead of power. Work within reality's rules rather than bending them. The third angel placed something that wasn't quite a hand on what wasn't quite my shoulder. This is why we chose you, Renee Thomas. Not because you could reshape reality, but because you could see it clearly and still choose compassion. Still choose unity. Still choose courage within the rules that bind all living things. 5 minutes, 3 seconds. Dick was struggling with the 13th device, his fingers fumbling. If I do this, if I just use the sight instead of the power, there's no cost. The cost of sight is only understanding, the first angel said, and the burden of choosing wisely with that understanding. 4 minutes, 38 seconds. I opened my eyes, snapping back fully into the processing floor. Selena was beside me instantly, her hand on my arm. Renee, are you okay? You were standing there with your eyes closed for 45 seconds. Bruce's voice crackled through the calm. Your vitals went into some kind of meditative state. What happened? I looked at Dick, saw him sweating over the 14th device, saw the fear in the hostage's eyes, saw the timer counting down our mortality. 4 minutes, 9 seconds. And I saw something else. The crystalline lattice still overlaid on my vision, showing me the elegant pattern of Joker's trap, the sequence and structure that could save them all if I could just communicate it fast enough. Dick, I called out, my voice steady with newfound certainty. Stop what you're doing. I can see the pattern. I know how to disarm them faster. He looked up, confused and desperate and willing to trust. But you have to do exactly what I say, exactly when I say it. All of you, this only works if we're unified. Selena understood first. Her hand squeezed mine. Tell us what you need.